because you have other movies that are made with big name stars and they get pushed a lot and they go nowhere. The Love Guru, remember? Everyone thought Mike Myers was going to hit.
That thing like a piece of shit.
It wasn't, but I'm just saying it was a piece of crap. Everyone was saying this is the next Austin Powers, and it went nowhere. Okay? So how is it that one crappy movie falls off the face of the earth, another crappy movie makes a ton of money?
Have you heard anything about the numbers this week? This is the second week for Transformers.
Yeah, but it's always an opening week. And what came out this past week when we're taping this? Public Enemies just came out. Do we really think that Johnny Depp in a Michael Mann film about a gangster is going to knock off Transformers?
Well,
we'll see. I haven't checked any box office numbers while we're recording this. Maybe it will. If so, I'll put an annotation up about that. But, you know, to me, and it really comes down to that opening weekend for a lot of these movies. Movies aren't made to have a long shelf life. They are already talking about this movie's going to be on DVD come Christmas, come Thanksgiving.
Well, that's how it always is.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't always been like that.
Watchmen's going to be out on DVD next month.
Yeah, but I'm saying movies were not always like that.
But they've been doing that for like the last 3 years.
Last 3 years, true, but that was not always a trend. But again, that's just to say that's why box office for movies is always that opening weekend. That's when they talk about the opening weekend. If it makes up most of the money that went into making it and marketing it the opening weekend, bam, bonus. And Transformers did that. That's like a $150 million, $180 million film. That's how much that movie cost to make in the first place. And it made, right there, opening weekend, it made it all back.
Oh, I forgot to mention the awesome Transformers with a nutsack.
I heard about that. And that was, can I tell you something? That was comedy gold. That sold. That what people were telling their friends.
And then the little like this little baby Transformer who Megan Fox has as her pet humping her leg.
I heard of that one too. Yeah. Well, actually, no, I kind of saw that. I thought that was kind of ridiculous, but still.
The whole thing was ridiculous. It's just an insult to intelligence.
It was commercialism at
its best, at its finest.
And it made a ton of money, is all I'm saying.
That's fine, but that doesn't mean we can't criticize it.
No, I'm not saying not to criticize it. I'm in agreement with you. I cannot wrap my brain around this concept. Some crappy movies that play to our baser instincts make a ton of money, while other crappy movies that do the same go nowhere.
But the Transformers thing, that thing was that's the marketing machine. And that's why it made all the money in the opening weekend. Because, yeah, people kind of heard the reviews, but everyone wants to see it for themselves. And it's a 5-day weekend.
It's what you call a review-proof movie?
That's exactly what it was. People are like, well, I got to see it for myself.
See, but then you go into, again, this fanboy mentality where when movie studios are making these films...
Well, I think this is more than a fanboy movie. This is kind of like a pop culture thing.
No, you're right.
It goes way beyond fanboys because fanboys, as big as their numbers aren't going to push a $220 million movie.
You're right.
Because the fanboys didn't make Batman
and
Return.
That's correct.
The Dark Knight.
Right.
Make $1 billion.
That
it was
correct.
the entire movie going public.
You're right, and we were talking about the same thing about Watchmen too. That fanboys couldn't make Watchmen a $1 billion hit. And I have friends who've seen. I have a friend. She took her kid to see Transformers 2. They loved it.
How old are they?
They were like 10 years old.
So she thought all the sexual jokes and
she didn't have a problem with it. She saw it and she thought it was a late night showing too. She has two little 10-year-old kids. They loved it. So I'm thinking that's who they're aiming for. The young kids who
I missed the boat by 24 years. That's why I didn't like it.
Well, it's because today's movie-going audience needs a ton of information thrown at them, and it's funny.
But there wasn't any information.
I'm not talking about real plot or character. I'm talking about visual information, stuff happening, just stuff constantly. Your brain is constantly, your senses are constantly being bombarded with images and sound.
I was so bored by it all, though.
Well, it's because you start shutting out a whole bunch of it, while kids are just sucking that all in.
That's true.
You know, you play a lot of video games and you do that kind of thing. You've learned to shut out the nonsensical stuff. Whereas
I'm sorry,
kids,
what did you say?
So, somebody explain to me that. Somebody explain to me why a movie like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Well, I think we explained why it is.
I don't get it.
The movie itself is a cultural phenomenon. That's why it did. I mean, and it's not just the $220 million it made here. Like, around the world, all these people went to go see it.
What's the next cultural phenomenon, then? What's the next movie that people are going to have to see no matter how badly it's panned?
Transformers 3?
Oh, God.
You know they're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They've already justified it. They've already justified it with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Thundercats, man. Thundercats. Ho!
No, I don't know about that.
No. What is the next movie that you will pay to see no matter how bad it's panned at the get-go? I'd like to hear that from you.
Actually,
folks.
I've already heard some bad press about it, but I want to see Inglourious Bastards no matter what.
Inglourious Bastards.
Because it's a Tarantino movie. It kind of got panned at Cannes.
You did it?
Yeah. But I'm going to see it because it's a Tarantino movie.
And how many people are going to go see G.I. Joe?
Oh, man, that's...
I've already heard people saying I'm going to go see it no matter what. I've heard people say that they're big G.I. Joe fans are going to see no matter what.
There are some scenes on MTV.com. Oh my god! Like, you the one that sent me those scenes, or was it Avi? I think the ones where they actually showed more of them in those robot suits.
Yeah. No, it is pretty bad. And the animation looks really bad.
The CGI is terrible.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. It doesn't look realistic at all. I mean, it doesn't look convincing at all for me to believe that these are guys.
That'll be the next movie that makes a lot of money. That's just going to be just critically
crappy.
panned.
Well, we'll see.
Because that movie, everything that I just see from that movie, it's just worse and worse and worse.
Not a great time to be a fanboy right now.
Well, not a great time to be people our age, where our youth is just getting raped left and right. Just everything that meant something to us when we were kids is just
George
getting...
Lucas raped my childhood.
Well, yeah, look at the prequels and this Transformer bullshit, and then they're doing the same thing in G.I. Joe. I don't know, man.
My God. They've raped Duke! Alright, folks. As always, we look forward to your comments, your feedbacks, your suggestions. We hope that these videos have been entertaining for you to watch as it has been for us to make. And as always, we rely on you, our viewing public, to watch them, to rate, to comment, and to tell your friends about it. I also want to thank those of you who have been messaging us directly, to giving us your support and telling us how you've been enjoying this. Especially Nomadic Cat, thank you very much for the kind words that you sent me via direct message. I appreciate it. So until next time, Elliot Serrano and Jose Melendez from Dreamline Comics, we hope to see you again.